We welcome Coach Bobby Bowden. Hi, Bobby.
Bruce, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. And how you doing? I hope you go on forever. How do you feel?
I feel like I'm going on forever.
Good for you.
I feel good. I'm getting up there in years, but you know, for some reason, the dadgum fire hadn't gone out.
That's great. The kids keep you young, don't they?
They do. They really do. You know, Ann and I, we had 6 children, so we raised them. Then now we got 21 grandchildren. Now we got 2 great-grandchildren. You know, they keep you young because each generation changes, and you see how your kids change, and kind of helps you.
And what a wonderful family. I've interviewed both Terry, and my producer just conducted an interview with Tommy.
Good.
And you got to be really proud of them, Bobby.
Yeah, we sure have been blessed. You know, we've been very, very fortunate to have a family that size, and everybody stayed healthy.
I don't want to ask you how good, if you're going to be good this year, because you're always good, but I guess the question is, how good do you think your team this year can be?
Well, we've been, it's amazing. You look, our team, last 2 years, we've been 7-6. Well, that's not a losing year, but that's not what we expect here. And then you look at the games you lost, and by 2 points, 4 points, 3 points, 7 points. It's not like you're getting blown out every week. It's just you're losing the close doggone games. And sometimes 1 or 2 players can make that much difference, Now, going in this year, now there's good news, bad news. Good news, we've got about 15 starters coming back. The bad news is we've got 7 of them that's going to miss the first. We've got 7 starters that's going to miss the first 3 ball games because of that little scandal we had last spring. So by the 4th game, we'll get everybody back, and I just hope we can hang on those first 3 and make a run at it.
I'm hearing a lot of talk. I've had some handicappers on and going through all of the books, be getting ready for the season. I know Tommy's Clemson team is getting a lot of pub. Do you think that your kids' team is the team to beat in the ACC besides your Seminoles?
Well, if Tommy can stay healthy, if he can stay healthy and get a couple of breaks, this could be his year. He's got 2 of the best running backs in the country. He's got a quarterback that broke all their passing records last year. Got a couple of receivers that are outstanding. Got good team speed. I think he's probably got 7 or 8 starters back on defense. So he has a chance to be good. He's going to have to get a couple of breaks and stay healthy.
And, of course, right there in the state of Florida, you always play Miami. I interviewed you. I don't know if you remember. I interviewed you about 5 years ago. And I said to you at that time, you probably, if you'd have beaten Miami in a couple of those nail-biters, those field goals, you might have won 2 or 3 more national championships.
There's no doubt about it. We had 2 years in a row there where we missed field goals in the last minute that would have won the game. And they won the national championship. And then after that, we beat them here in Tallahassee, but we lost a couple of games that we shouldn't have, and they won the national championship again. So the winner of that game has won 7 national championships in the last 25, 26 years.
You're in such an enriched state. We take great pride here in Ohio. I know they do in Texas, obviously California, and you guys down there in Florida. Has the pendulum swung to Urban Meyer and Florida? Because between the 3 big powers, and of course South Florida's awfully good too, but Florida, it looks awfully strong, Bobby.
Yeah, right now, it's amazing. We've all had our cycle. Miami had their cycles in the 80s, and in the 80s, 80, and then we had it in the 90s. We won more games in the 90s than any team ever has, and then we've kind of faltered since then, and now Florida has come to the top. But even Florida, as good as they were last year, they only won 2 more games than we did. That's how tight it is down here with Miami, Florida State. Now South Florida's getting in the act. Central Florida's program's coming along good. FAU's coming along good. But you mentioned a while ago we did a survey on where all the 1A football players are coming from, and I think last year the number 1 producer was Texas, 2 was Florida, 3 was California, 4 was Georgia, 5 was Ohio. It used to be always Ohio, Pennsylvania. Right. That's where they were, Ohio, Pennsylvania. But now a lot of it has swung south. especially since integration.
Whatever you do, but I was so elated that you admitted when I interviewed you a few years ago that you've changed your mind about a playoff.
Yeah, you know, I'm from the old school. You know, I've been coaching 55 years. Count the times that I played, I've probably been involved in football for over 60 years. And in those 60 years, I've never known a playoff. I mean, it's always been Associated Press, UPI, Coaches Poll, now BCS, and that's kind of what I'm used to. And the thing about it, what you're saying there, you could put a very reasonable championship playoff out there. You know what? But the presidents are not going to buy it, so it's not going to work.
Coach, wish you the best of luck this season. Thanks so much for joining us again. Keep on going, Bobby.
Bruce, thank you, buddy, and I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bobby Bowden, the great legendary coach of the Florida State Seminoles.